Of all the 10 famous scenes of Westlake, there's one that, to judge by its name, is quite ordinary. It's viewing fish at Flower Harbor. The place itself is nothing special either. It's not crowded with sightseers, nor is it associated with any famous visitors. An ancient Chinese philosopher once said, "As you are not a fish, how can you know the delights of fish experiences?" However, there's more to the appeal of the place than the fish. Viewing fish at Flower Harbor is somewhere philosophers can come to contemplate. Here, inspiration is derived from the clash between nature and human civilization. It's where literati debate the concept of the garden. It is destined that viewing fish at Flower Harbor will never be the most popular place in Hangzhou. But because of this, it retains its sense of peace and serenity. One morning in 1950, a local garden called ileOR Hall was acquired by a new owner. The new owner was Ma Yifu, a renowned writer, philosopher, and educator. ileOR Hall was originally built by Lian Huiqing and was therefore known as Lian Hall. Subsequently, it was taken over by the millionaire Jiang Guobang, and officially its name became Lan Gai Villa. Sometimes, though, it was called Jiang Hall. The garden's name has changed with each change of owner. The arrival of Ma Yifu was like a shower of rain on plants in spring, bringing new life to the whole area. The garden is a place of reflection, where the human body and spirit can enter freely into communication. One autumn night more than 70 years ago, Ma Yifu was standing by Westlake in the moonlight. Sun Chuanfang, a general stationed in Hangzhou, came to visit him. But Ma Yifu refused him entry. Ma's family urged him to say he wasn't at home, but Ma wanted them to tell Sun openly that they did not wish to meet him. Those who enter the zigzagging corridor say they experience a sense of timelessness. The structure seems to be imbued with the feelings of friends over many centuries who have bid farewell here. As such, it is a classic symbol of Chinese sensibilities. In a concrete form, it embodies the transient human emotions that have pervaded the garden. There is little in the physical appeal that makes the garden and viewing fish at Flower Harbor stand out. Interest in it has chiefly been dictated by fate. In 1138, Emperor Gaozong of the Southern Song dynasty moved his capital to Hangzhou. Lu Yunsheng, a high official at the imperial court, began constructing gardens and villas in an area that became known as the Lu Gardens. The gardens were very famous at the time for their rich varieties of plants and many rare fish. Lu Gardens fell into a state of neglect after the collapse of the Southern Song dynasty. Viewing fish at Flower Harbor was restored during the reign of Emperor Kangxi of the Qing dynasty, when it was relocated to a place between Yingbo and Solan. To the south of the garden is Nanping, and to its west is the Green West Hill. Several other scenic spots, among them Inner West Lake, Little South Lake, Fish Garden, Peony Garden, and the Sixth Bridge, can all be seen in the distance. Every mountain, so it is said, has a story associated with it, and every drop of water and every petal can serve as an inspiration. An inscription written by Emperor Kangxi contains the character for fish. On closer examination, the character is seen to be lacking one point. Emperor Kangxi was a Buddhist, and so he believed in cherishing and valuing every living thing. In ancient Chinese, 4 points meant fire, while 3 points symbolized water. By removing 1 point from the character, Emperor Kangxi wanted to emphasize that only in water could fish live. Against the backdrop of the garden, even an emperor was inspired to great literary feats. The same is true of people today. It is easy, when walking around this scenic spot, to detect in the work of the modern artist, despite the innovative form, an adherence to the same basic principle of the hidden theme, as is seen in ancient gardens. Hangzhou has always provided a favorite retreat for men of letters. China's literati have generally craved seclusion. Those who practice the art of gardening might find their retreat in the city, where they could ponder the worldly life. In a sense, viewing fish at Flower Harbor is a dialogue between men of letters. The love of the ancient literati for Westlake has gone beyond the original romanticism and faded into plainness. The meeting point of the romanticism and plainness is almost indiscernible, like a comparison between colors of the same tint. In essence, this is like the dialogue between literati, in whose souls plainness developed from the spirit of nobility.